Hello friends, this is lesson number 41 in the series of literary criticism and theories. Today in this lesson we shall discuss Neo-Aristotelian school. Now, who are these people? First, they belong to the Chicago University of US. So in United States we have Chicago University. Chicago, you must have heard this name as well. So in that university there are prominent professors and scholars, and they established this school. This school is also known as, school means the group of people. So this group is also known as Chicago School of Critics, and they are also called as Chicago Critics. So several names: Neo-Aristotelians, Chicago Critics, Chicago School, so all are same. Now, what is their speciality? The main important point about them is that they criticized the new criticism. In the past few lessons, in last I think 7-8 lessons, we were discussing new criticism. And what was their theory? They were saying that there are only two important things. First, the text and the reader. And one must not think about who is the writer, what is his image in the society, or whatever the political or social conditions. Don't go beyond those words which are before your eyes. But the Neo-Aristotelians, these people, they were advocating the principles of Aristotle, and that is why they are called as Neo-Aristotelians. Neo means new, and Aristotelian means the people who followed the methods or the ways of Aristotle. Do you remember the name Aristotle? In the beginning of this series of criticism, we discussed important things about Aristotle, especially his theory of six important elements of a tragedy: plot, character, thought, diction, spectacle, song. So they were still following the same method in new way. That is why they were called as Neo-Aristotelians. On the other side, new critics, they were saying that there is only text and the reader to analyze that text. Now, who are the people among them? So we have several names. One thing important, that Chicago critics, they flourished in America. The same way we see new criticism also flourished in America and also in Britain. New critics predominantly flourished in America. Now, who are the people among them? We have the scholars of Chicago University, R.S. Crane. R.S. Crane. Now, who is R.S. Crane? Ronald Salmon Crane. Have you ever heard this name? If you are following this channel and you have watched the previous videos, especially the video related to Kenneth Brooks, then try to recall. There I mentioned R.S. Crane. This is only to give you a cross reference so that you can easily remember in future, because now you are getting 2 points about R.S. Crane. First, he is associated with Chicago School of Critics, and second, the reference which I gave you in the lesson of Kenneth Brooks. Actually, Kenneth Brooks wrote a work that is Language of Paradox. He gave that principle, and Kenneth Brooks' principle was criticized by R.S. Crane. And R.S. Crane wrote a work, and the name of that work is Critical Monism of Kenneth Brooks. Critical Monism of Kenneth Brooks. Okay, I'm not going to mention here what he has said that, but try to remember only one thing, that he criticized Kenneth Brooks, and now he is also among the Chicago School of Critics. So this is the way I learn the things, and I feel that we can better remember the things when we have these sort of cross references. Anyway, we come back to the critics of Chicago School of Criticism, and we have the people Elder Olson. The prominent scholar is R.S. Crane. Other people are Elder Olson, Wayne Booth, Richard McKeown, Norman MacLean. I am telling you these names because once they were asked, these names were asked in the UGC NET exam. That is why I am telling you. Otherwise, one simple name, R.S. Crane, is sufficient. He is associated with the Neo-Aristotelians or Chicago critics. Now, there is one important work, that is Critics and Criticism, Ancient and Modern. This is the full title, Critics and Criticism, Ancient and Moderns. So in this work, by the title you can see that the critics means the scholar people who criticize the things or the literature, and criticism, the methods which were followed in the ancient times and also in the modern times. All these things are discussed. And one more important thing, that in this work R.S. Crane criticized or analyzed the plot of Tom Jones. Now try to recall Tom Jones. Who has written this work? Tom Jones is a famous novel by Henry Fielding in the 18th century. And if you have ever gone through this novel, in the plot of Tom Jones we see that it is quite complicated one and not easy to remember. So if you get a chance, you should try to go through the summary of this work as well. That is important. Okay, in the future, in the British literature segment, I will definitely give you a proper summary and analysis of this work. But for now, just try to remember that in the work Critics and Criticism, Ancient and Moderns, we have the author R.S. Crane. He criticized or analyzed the plot of Tom Jones, and Henry Fielding has written this novel in the 18th century. So that's it about this lesson, and now we have several questions, and these questions, I think if you have gone through this lesson even once, you can easily answer, because these are just the simple factual questions. Whatever I have told you in this video, on the basis of that you can easily answer. The first question that was saying Critics and Criticism, Ancient and Modern. This anthology is associated with which school? And that is Chicago School of Critics. Then another question, Neo-Aristotelian people or critics, who are among them? And actually there were 4 names, and we had to find the 3 names who belong to them. So the people who belong to this school are R.S. Crane, Norman MacLean, Elder Olson, and the person who does not belong to this group, that is E.D. Hirsch. Eric Donald Hirsch. And Eric Donald Hirsch, now this man, he belongs to, or he is associated to, hermeneutics. Hermeneutics is the study of interpretations, especially of Bible, that how the people interpret any text. Okay, we shall discuss this thing as well in future, but for now try to remember Eric Donald Hirsch. He is associated with the hermeneutics, and it is the study of interpretations of a text, especially of Bible. Another question, the criticism of Tom Jones is done by, that is R.S. Crane. So that's it for this lesson, and in the next lesson we shall start formalism. Thanks a lot for watching this lesson. Have a great day.